Namaste, good morning. Namaste, Gopal Priya. Namaste, all the co-explorers. Welcome to the morning session.
नमस्ते भैया
जी भैया.
भाई so namaste everyone, welcome to all in this morning session. So we are practicing exercise 1. So we have discussed step 1 and step 2 of exercise 1. So in exercise 1 we are observing ourselves. We are observing self by the self. So we have potential to observe ourselves. So we can see whatever is going on in the self. So during this observation, we are not using our body, so we can see ourselves directly. So while observing, we are not evaluating, reacting. We are not trying to stop our imagination. We are not trying to change our imagination. We are just observing as it is. So observation means see the thing as it is. So we are not changing it. We are not interrupting our imagination. We are just observing it. So with self-awareness, we are observing ourselves. So awareness means I am aware where my attention is, where my focus is. So if my attention is outside, we are aware that our attention is outside. If our attention is on body, we are also aware of it. When our attention is on imagination, we are aware that my focus is on my imagination. If the object of the content of the imagination are changing, so we are aware. So with this awareness, we are observing. So whenever our attention is on one object of our imagination, we are observing it without evaluating, without reacting, without trying to stop, without trying to change. We are just observing it. With this, in step 2, we are evaluating our feeling. So once I am aware, once I am observing, now I am trying to see the feeling at the base. So once I am aware of feeling, so I am evaluating this feeling. Is this feeling naturally acceptable to me? Is it in accordance with human nature? Would I like the continuity of this feeling? So now in step 2, we are evaluating the feeling. So evaluation of feeling is important because feelings are like a seed. So there could be many thoughts, and these thoughts can be resolved at the level of feeling. So it is important to evaluate feeling at this moment. So how we are evaluating our feeling? We are just observing the feeling and we are evaluating it. Is it naturally acceptable to me? Is it in accordance with human nature? So we are just asking this question and again observing our feeling, what is happening. So we are not reacting into it. We are not trying to change it. We are not trying to run away from the feeling if I am not comfortable. We are not trying to continue this if we are not comfortable. We are just evaluating it. So in step 2, we are evaluating our feeling. In step 1, we are aware and observing our imagination. So this is what we are doing in step 1 and 2. So let's take a few sharing on this assignment. Then we will move to next slides. Yes, so we have sharing, so we can share it. जी नमस्ते दीदी.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Good morning. Bhaiya,
जी.
am I audible?
Yes दीदी, audible.
So, Bhaiya, I can observe my imagination, but whenever I try to evaluate my feelings, then in some cases, I can evaluate that I am in opposition, or I have a feeling of fear, or I have a feeling of gratitude. But in many cases, I cannot extract what is the feeling actually. And moreover, the imagination, whatever is going on in my mind, uh, I think it has not happened earlier. Just it's like a dream. Say, Haya, now you are speaking. I am just, I have some machines that, yes, Haya may be sitting here, all others are hearing. So, in some cases, I cannot extract the feelings. In many cases, I can extract. Haya.
Say again, Didi. In some cases you are able to see
In
feeling.
some cases, I cannot see my feelings.
Okay. So no problem, Didi. Keep observing whatever you are observing. So if we are not able to see feeling clearly, so at least we can deduce it logically. So if we are aware of our thoughts, then we can see what is the nature of thought. For example, thoughts are related to nurturing to other people, or thoughts are related to take revenge, to show someone down, to disrespect someone. So we can observe the thought, and with this observation we can logically think that there is a feeling of opposition or relation. So if we are not able to see it directly, we can sense it logically. So for example, if we are uncomfortable with our thoughts, so there is some past event in our imagination, and we have a lot of questions. Why this happened? Why this person could do this? Uh, how dare he to do this like this? It means we can see logically that at this moment we have a feeling of opposition. So reduce it logically and keep observing, because feeling is more subtle than the thought. Mm. So don't react if you are not able to see feeling. It means more observation is required. So gradually it will happen, naturally it will happen. So initially, maybe uh, we have to think logically about the feeling, but gradually and naturally we will be able to see whether there is a feeling of relationship or opposition. जी दीदी.
Okay, Bhavan, thank you. Thank you, Bhavan.
जी. ओके दीदी.
Good morning. Namaste. Namaste to everyone. Bhaiya, I had the same question and you have already, answered to that. I was able to catch my thoughts, and while observing the thoughts, I could, you know, see while they go, but I was not able to catch my feelings, what the feelings. And yesterday, the Hindi session, Didi explained the two examples to check the feeling, whether it is an actual acceptance, that is the relation, and opposition to check the feeling. So, Bhaiya, I'm trying to uh, do with, I'm trying to, observe with that. But yeah, I have a one question. Seeing that while I observe while evaluating the feeling, I get swayed away. I, I'm not the observer anymore. The question starts giving, I have to give my, I should have said this and that, and this person will say this and then I will answer this. So this keeps happening, that only the part, the pure evaluation is not taking place. So I have to observe that also, or how do I come out? I'm still going into that conversation part of thinking, and it is not the contemplation is happening. Can you help me with that, Priya?
जी दीदी. So normally it happens in this process. Actually, it happens most of the time, but when we observe, we can see it clearly that this kind of things are happening in our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever it happens, you be aware and you ask yourself, that person is not available at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But what is my feeling at this moment? Person is not available.
Mm-hmm.
But what is my feeling at this moment? That we can ask.
Okay.
So you will be able to see, or you will be able to sense that we have a feeling of opposition at that time. Now you
Okay.
ask yourself, is this feeling naturally acceptable to me?
Bhaiya, can I interrupt
Hmm.
1 minute?
Ji.
Bhaiya, that you're saying na, that feeling is opposition, but that the thinking talk which is happening, self-talk, is of explaining, or giving the
Hmm.
a self part, that you misunderstood, or uh, that is not the case, and there I can see the relation part. I'm not able to see the mm, uh, opposition. Can you help me with that, Bhaiya?
Yes, Didi. So first we need to ensure what is the feeling of relation or opposition. है ना?
Okay.
Suppose you
Mm-hmm.
are replying to that person in your imagination,
Mm-hmm.
है ना? And you are thinking that when he will meet me, है ना? I will say these things like this. है ना?
Yes, yes,
I
Bhaiya.
will tell him, है ना?
Yes.
Let meet him, है ना? In evening. So you are
Mm-hmm.
preparing yourself to
Yes.
to project in front of him.
Okay.
है ना? Or you are hurt and you could not uh, give him reply at that moment. Now you are
Yes.
preparing reply.
Yes. Yes, Bhaiya.
Now you are preparing reply. Next time I will reply like this. Last time I could not do this.
Uh-huh.
Last time I was quiet, but this time I will speak loudly. This
Mm-hmm.
kind of conversation goes on in our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
है ना? So
Okay.
what to do to come out of this? Number one, be aware that that person is not available. Conversation is going on in me.
Okay.
है ना? Number two, this conversation is going on in me. What is feeling at this moment?
Mm.
है ना? So
Mm-hmm.
it is okay that I will reply him. But what is the feeling at this moment?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling of relationship or feeling of opposition?
Okay.
So when you will focus on feeling of your feeling, and when you ask, is this feeling comfortable? Is this feeling naturally acceptable to me?
Mm-hmm.
Then you will see the moment you ask, is it naturally acceptable to me? Feeling, the
Mm.
conversation will go down
Okay.
or the direction of conversation will change.
Mm-hmm.
है ना? So we are getting victim because of feeling of opposition.
Mm.
है ना?
Okay.
Because there is a feeling of opposition at the root. That's why I am expending so many talks in my imagination.
Okay.
So you just ask yourself that this is going on in my imagination, it is okay. That person is also not physically present at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But what feeling is present at this moment in me?
Mm.
So you try to see the feeling.
Okay.
And if there is a feeling of opposition, then you just ask, is it naturally acceptable to me? Not
Okay.
for that person. The feeling is naturally acceptable to me or not?
Okay. Bhaiya, if the relation is there, that this feeling will not come, na then. That means the opposition is there. That's why this self-talk is happening, isn't it, Bhaiya?
Yeah. Relation is there. That's why self-talk is happening. Is it
Okay.
you are asking, Didi?
Yes, Bhaiya. I was asking the relation, sorry, opposition is happening in the self-talk. That's why this is happening, I guess.
No, it
If the
can be happen because of feeling of relation and because of feeling of opposition also.
both, okay.
Both. But when will it happen with feeling of relation?
Mm-hmm.
You will not feel uncomfortable.
Okay, okay.
You will be thinking to nurture the people. You will be
Oh,
trying to solve the issues. But
okay,
if conversation is happening because of feeling of opposition, things will be magnifying in you. It will be complex. है ना? You will give one argument, then 10 arguments will come. Then you will solve one argument, then again 10 arguments will come. So
but
things will
funny,
be complex.
yeah, but funny part, Bhaiya, my that conversation which is going on, na, it is of the nurture only. How I will be, putting this, or maybe this will come, then I will give this understanding. This is what is happening. I could see this in the evaluation of my.
Yes.
Is it a right direction, Bhaiya? If it is
Ji,
this
if it is
right
happening, it means we have a feeling of relationship.
Okay, okay, okay.
So with
Thank
feeling
you.
of relationship, you are thinking.
Okay.
But we need to be aware that this is feeling of relationship.
Okay,
And
understood.
and even there is a feeling of relationship, we need to ask this question. We need to evaluate
Mm-hmm.
whether I want to continue it or not. Is it
Acha.
making me comfortable or not?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to evaluate even if it appears that there is a feeling of relationship.
Okay. Bhaiya, this complex things happen, like that nurturing self-talk is happening, and then again one thought comes. This happened also last time, and you couldn't explain it, and again that uh, yeah, the irritation, the other person was, anger or this came. So is it necessary to, go on? So this always happens in the imagination evaluation part.
Ji.
So
So there are 2-3 issues when this happens. Number one, either we have a feeling of opposition, है ना?
uh-huh.
Or last time in the conversation, we could not convince that person.
Yes.
है ना? Now we are thinking how to convince him.
Yes.
Or last time we could not guide the person properly. Now we are thinking how to guide him in the right direction.
Yes, Priya.
Or
Absolutely.
last time we could not feel respect from his side. So due to
Mm,
this feeling of respect,
mhm.
I am thinking many things. How could I convince him? How can I convince him now to gain the respect again?
This last part I'm not convinced with. I'm not expecting respect. But
So
the
this
guidance
is
part of
possibilities. This is possibilities.
okay, understood.
Yes.
The guidance part I can understand. Yes.
Yes.
I was incompetent enough to convey my part. I feel sometimes.
So communication could not happen mutually fulfilling.
Yes.
And now we are thinking how to communicate so that the other person may get satisfied along with me also.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Ji,
Absolutely.
ji. So
Yeah.
these things happen in our imagination, but we
Mm.
need to be aware of feeling. है ना?
Okay.
जी.
So, Bhaiya, while we are seeing that person is not here, but the feeling is here at this moment, and to stick for the observation part, है ना? To continue
जी.
with the observation, है ना? Not to get swayed away with evaluation part. That is what to be continued, Bhaiya, this for this assignment.
जी. So we
Oh,
need to observe and we need to evaluate our feeling.
okay.
Right?
Observe and evaluate at the same time.
Ji. So when we are aware that I am able to see feeling, then evaluate feeling. If I
Mm-hmm.
am not aware of my feeling, then keep observing it.
Okay.
And with practicing observation, we will be able to see feeling at the base.
Okay.
So it
Yes.
takes time. Thoughts are easily visible. We
Mm-hmm.
can catch thoughts, but
Yes.
feeling are more subtle. So it takes time
Mm-hmm.
to observe feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, things will be resolved at the level of feeling.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we could not convince him last time. But
Mm.
if we have a feeling of relationship, we will try to find out the way.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have a feeling of opposition, then I will be comfortable. We will be comfortable in ourselves. But with feeling of relationship, it doesn't matter how much I am thinking about him. We will not be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So that will happen. And with feeling of relationship also, if other person does not accept my thought,
Mm-hmm.
so I will not feel hurt because I have a feeling of relationship for him.
Acha, okay.
So if I am having feeling of relationship, and if other person does not accept my thought, I will not feel hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to find out another way
Mm-hmm. Okay.
to communicate my thought or my feeling. But if I
Oh.
am getting hurt because he has not accepted my thoughts, it means that moment I had not feeling of relationship. Somehow I have a feeling of opposition, and I wanted him to convince.
Mm-hmm.
So with feeling of relationship, I will be open. I may be accepted by him, I may be rejected by him,
Mm-hmm.
but I will be open because I have a feeling of relationship. With feeling of opposition, I will not accept my rejection.
Mm. Okay. ठीक है, समझ गए भैया.
जी.
Yeah, thank you so much भैया for clarity. Thank you.
जी दीदी. Namaste. So we
Namaste.
can take many examples. For example, this morning session. So maybe sometimes we are able to understand answer. We accept the answer. Maybe sometimes we do not accept the answer, explanation. But if there is a feeling of relationship, then I will be ready for both. You may accept my proposal, you may reject my proposal. But with feeling of opposition, I will not accept your rejection. Then I will try to convince you. Then I will make sentences somehow to convince you. This will start happening. So with feeling of relationship, we become open to others, mentally open to accept, to be accepted or to be rejected. Both sides become open from our side with feeling of relationship. But feeling of opposition is there. So it becomes difficult if someone reject us. So immediately there is a feeling of opposition. We start thinking, how he can reject it. He is having lack of right understanding. He has low competence, and everything starts. So this is indication, again, another indication. With feeling of relationship, I will accept rejection and acceptance both. But feeling of opposition is there. I will not accept his or others person rejection. So this may be one indicator whether I am having feeling of relationship or not. जी. Okay. जी जी.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Bhaiya, I
नमस्ते
was just
नमस्ते.
thinking the conversation, and whenever I talk to somebody and I find it disrespectful, and I find that somebody is not accepting my thoughts, there is opposition. Always, I can see that. That there is the feeling of opposition, and I react also. But when the person is not there, then I start thinking, and then the feeling of relationship comes. I start accepting I was wrong, the person was right, kind of thing. Why does it happen? Why the feeling changes? When talking to somebody, there is opposition. When thinking about that, when the person is not there, then there is feeling of relationship. That I fail to understand.
जी दीदी. See, one possibility could be that when the other person is putting proposal,
Ji.
then you are not able to relate it with your life at that moment. But once he is not there, then you start analyzing it. And after analyzing, maybe you are able to see that that person was telling right. So once you are convinced at the level of thought, then you feel comfortable.
Yes.
But issue, what is the issue in this? Issue is if I don't have a feeling of relationship and I am hurt, it will make me unhappy.
That's there. I can see that it
Yes.
makes me unhappy.
Yes. So what we are doing, we are unhappy. Now I am trying to be happy through logics, not through feelings. So basically,
Mhm.
I am trying to convince myself, or I
Yes.
am trying to find out ways how that person could be right. But we are not
Mhm.
able to ensure feeling of relationship. We can also think
Mhm.
with feeling of relationship. So without getting hurt, if I am feeling of relationship, then I will not feel hurt. And without getting hurt, I will think others' perspective from a different angle.
Mhm.
It could also happen. But if I am getting hurt at this moment, it means I had not feeling of relationship at that moment. That's why I felt hurt. And now somehow I am logically convincing myself. So I am comfortable not because of feeling of relationship.
But
Now I
because of
am
the logic.
because of I have convinced myself.
Okay.
So for example, let's take one example. Suppose my father has called me.
Mhm.
Now I am hurt. But after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, when he is not there, I am thinking, he is my father. He has more experience. Maybe I am not able to understand him. Let's revise all the sentence. Let's think from his angle. So now I am convincing myself.
No, Bhaiya. No. When the person is not there, I can see that he was right. I don't give the logic to this.
Nahin.
I can
Then
clearly
we
see that
need
the
to
person is right.
then we need to think why I felt hurt.
Yes.
So
That
at
also
that
is
moment,
visible.
at that moment, I could not see his intention.
Accept it. Hmm. Yes, exactly.
So when person is
Exactly.
there, I am not present with feeling of relationship. It means I am present with my ego. I am present
Exactly.
with my preconditionings. That's why I am hurt at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I fix it.
Okay.
But at that moment, I was not with feeling of relationship.
So I have to be aware always.
So what we need to do
Mm-hmm.
when you solve these issues later,
Mm-hmm.
you be just aware that at that moment, I had not feeling of relationship.
Yeah,
Now, next moment, I will be aware.
exactly.
So it may happen that after some moment, I realize that few minutes back, I had not feeling of relationship. But this
Mm-hmm.
awareness is also important.
Yes.
That 10 minutes back, I had not feeling of relationship.
Mm.
Now I will be more aware. Whenever that person will come or whenever I will interact, I will check whether I have a feeling of relationship or not.
Mhm.
So we
Exactly.
can practice it. है ना? So you can practice it whenever you are interacting. Just be aware of your feeling. When the other person is speaking, you focus on your feeling.
But
So
yeah,
this
I'm
awareness,
feeling that
जी.
there is a feeling of opposition. How to change it? I mean,
नहीं, so
when
don't
I
change it,
regret it later
evaluate
on, I
it.
regret. Evaluate.
हाँ. So at that moment, evaluate. So whenever you have a feeling of opposition, and suppose some person is talking,
Mhm.
and if you have a feeling of opposition, and you will be able to
Mhm.
sense it. Immediately
Yes.
you will feel jerk, or
Yes.
immediately you feel ignorance inside.
Absolutely. Mhm.
So you will be able to sense it.
Mhm.
The moment you sense it, so rather than reply him, you just
Mhm.
ask yourself, is this feeling naturally acceptable to me?
Mhm.
Do I want to continue this? So
Mhm.
at that moment you ask, because at that moment the feeling is emerging, feeling of opposition.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when it emerge, you ask, then it will settle down
Immediately. Yeah.
immediately. But
Immediately.
generally what happens when it once it emerges,
It's very
we
fast.
we
We react.
not very fast. We are fast to react the feeling.
Yes.
So we start reacting rather than evaluating.
Okay.
है ना? So we need to reprogram us. Rather than reacting, we need to evaluate.
Fine.
So
Fine,
next
Bill.
time, whenever you are talking, be aware that the moment this feeling will emerge, I will evaluate it.
Mhm. Fine, Bill.
So,
Thank you. Mhm.
ji didi.
I got
So
it. I got your
it will
point.
help.
Yeah. By practicing.
Ji.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Okay, didi. Namaste. So now it's 6:10. So let's take 10-minute observation. So again, in this 10 minute, we will be aware where our attention is. Is it outside, on the body, on the imagination? So this awareness is required. So whenever our attention is on imagination, we need to observe our imagination without reacting. So just accept whatever is going on in our imagination and observe. So be aware, accept and observe. There is an uncomfortability, accept and then observe as it is without giving any reaction. So let's observe for next 10 minutes. Then we will come back with sharings. Namaste, everyone. Let's come back. If anyone wants to share what you have observed during this 10 minutes. Ji Didi.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Yes, Bhaiya, I observed that thoughts were regarding the relation and nurturing. Evaluation was taking place to be the guide, uh, to help, like, guided, not the opposition. I couldn't see any this thing. So that I was observing. So I have to improve in the guidance part that I could observe it. And I could by a little bit I also I could see it was not thinking part but the contemplation part that I also um, it is initial period I guess. So this is what I saw, Bhaiya. Thank you so much, Bhaiya. Namaste.
जी नाइस दीदी नमस्ते दीदी anyone else wants to share experience of this 10 minutes
Namaste, Bhaiya.
namaste didi
Bhaiya, in this uh, most often, otherwise also, when I am observing my thoughts, then most of the times what I see is like the things that I have to do and such kind of things that keep coming in my mind. So at times I do catch the thoughts of opposition. Supposing if I don't get the things according to my wish, then I see that. But the moment I see that, it goes away, and then some other thought starts coming. So, and the same thing happened in this 10 minutes also. But most of the times, supposing if there is now I have to do this, and now the next thing that this is what I need to do, and this is what I need to do, and I can catch the thoughts, but not the feelings behind it. Certainly, there is no feeling of opposition, but what else is there, I cannot catch that.
जी जी दीदी so no problem didi na, if you are not able to catch so you just ask yourself na, am I do I want continuity of this or not whatever feeling I have do I want continuity of this or not so we
That
can
will
keep
be.
asking it ji
Yes. Yeah, yeah. That will be like right thing to ask. Then only I'll know if I am comfortable or not.
जी जी
Yes, yes. Okay, Bhaiya. Thank you.
जी नमस्ते
Namaste, Bhaiya.
नमस्ते भैया
Namaste. Uh, I have observed that means I think for so many days that while observing the thoughts, uh, only the what we can say uh, I'm I can observe or the thoughts I can see they are only a minor thoughts. Means no any critical thoughts are coming into my mind. As for example, the thoughts like any rivalry or any strong oppositions are not coming. They are triggering when some sensation is coming to me. Means if, uh, when actually I am communicating with somebody else and some words are not according to me, or uncomfortable words are there, or some uncomfortable incidents happens, then only the uncomfortable thoughts are coming. More uncomfortable thoughts are coming. More critical thoughts are coming. But when I sit for seeing them, such a thoughts are not there. So how you can see this way? Okay.
say last line bhaiya again when you are sitting
When when I try to observe my thoughts,
भैया you speak
uh,
a little loudly भैया your voice is very feeble
okay. When I observing my thoughts,
mm-hmm.
the only minor thoughts uh, are which I can observe. Not only any critical thoughts are I'm not able to observe critical thoughts. They are only coming when only situation is happening outside. If somebody is talking to me or some situation appears, some critical situation appears, then only I can see that the critical thoughts, very intense thoughts, I can see at the moment when the sensations are directly coming to me at actual. But when I'm observing the thoughts, such a thoughts are not coming into me. Is it Is it clear, भैया? Means my
जी
question is clear. जी
जी
जी जी जी भैया.
सो नो प्रॉब्लम भैया, है ना. डोंट थिंक फोर्सिबली, डोंट क्रिएट क्रिटिकल थॉट. Be aware, whatever, whether it is low intensity thought or high intensity thoughts, be aware. And so sometimes thoughts are very critical, means they are with very high intensity. So, and some thoughts are very with low intensity. So both kind of thoughts in our imagination. So it doesn't matter what is going on, we need to be aware. So sometimes we are able to see gross level thoughts, sometimes we are able to see subtle level thoughts. So there is a variety of thoughts, gross level to subtle level, to subtler level, to subtlest level. Then feeling is more subtle than the subtlest level thought. So there are a variety of thoughts are going on. So don't think like this, why there are not critical thoughts. Be aware, just be aware. So
Yes.
generally we are habitual to catch the thoughts which has reaction. But there are many thoughts which are going on in our imagination that are subtle level thoughts. They are settled. For example, suppose we have a feeling of relationship, a feeling of care. And with this feeling of care, thoughts are going on. So they will not be more excited thought. They will be subtle thought. But we are not able to see those thoughts. So there are a variety of thoughts in intensity wise. So be aware whatever is going on.
Okay.
And so it is not a problem. It is a state of our mind. So be aware and see what happens.
जी 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 भैया. Namaste.
Namaste. It's time for Hindi session. So thank you everyone for participating. We will continue this discussion tomorrow. So, namaste Sunil Bhaiya.
Ji Bhaiya, namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Gobal Bhaiya, for this enriching session today. Thank you, all the college scholars, for your active participation in the English morning session. Now,